We purchased our project boat Western in April 2024. She's a 48-foot fiberglass long-range coastal cruiser trawler. She was built in 1980 by Pender Harbor Boatworks on the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia. Our first stop was the Port of Paulsbo to beef up her anchor gear package. This is safety gear we feel very strongly about not skimping on in boat ownership. This morning I'm watching several boats drag around Liberty Bay. Then it was off to Port Townsend for what would turn into a 4-month haul out. Aaron had been nerding out on rudder design, and he wanted to modernize and enlarge the rudder as well as improve watershed of the keel by narrowing the aftmost edge, all in hopes of improving her maneuverability and her speed in the water. So we pulled the rudder, shaft, stuffing box, and the cutlass bearing for inspection. With the stuffing box serviced and repacked, we installed a new cutlass bearing and the 2.5-inch shaft, which proved to be in good condition after cleaning and polishing. We replaced 2 suspect through holes and moved on to stripping and recoating her varnish, digging out all the old sealant around her windows, and recalking the windows. We stripped her guardrails of black paint and polished them, and set about cutting large, scary holes in the side of the boat to bring more light to the cabin below. We bought 10 newfound metals portholes and replaced the 4 existing, adding 6 more to the boat. She had leaky and failing hydraulic lines throughout, and Gold Star Marine was super speedy in getting us custom lengths made up. Having a working boom on the boat was amazing for getting her new Victron battery bank on board. Sir Thomas fabricated a beautiful new stainless dry stack exhaust, and we installed a badass spotlight that had been kicking around Longship for years. While we are grateful she's never been stripped of her lead ballast, cleaning the bilge was a bear, and we ended up removing the super tiny fishing lead weights entirely to make future bilge cleanings a breeze and redistributing the larger ingots. I got an hours of valuable podcast listening time trapped in this tiny space, cleaning the steering gear, installing LED lighting, and painting the aft cockpit/escape hatch. Finally, on to satisfying topside paint, 3 coats of Interlux Pre-Coat plus High Build Primer with sanding in between, and then Interlux Top Black and Snow White for the house and Atlantic Gray for the whole. Bottom paint was Sherwin-Williams Seaguard over Seahawk 1277 bottom paint primer. As Dave Thompson said, she needs a white stripe up her side to break up the gray. We totally agree, but we have to save something for the next guy because we need to get back to Paulsbo. New top and bottom bearings accompanied her rudder reinstall, and we are super happy with how it all turned out. Of course, none of this would be possible without our stellar employee, Pam Ramsey. Without her help at the chandlery, we would rarely be able to leave the Longship compound to play with boats. Stay tuned for part 2, where the dockside work and interior work continues.